So for the project, we actually need the data that we got from both Wikipedia as well as Yahoo Finance, which we then collected and summarized here for visualization purposes. As you can see, the sectors, financial as well as the healthcare, had way more stocks when compared to real estate. Once we got this, we tried to fit this data into our linear regression. For in this, we have first need to prepare the data, for which initially we have taken only the yearly wise data endpoints, which weren't as accurate as when we have started to take the quarterly data points, as you can see from here, which gave a much more robust linear regression that is much more accurate. And for this preparing, we have taken all the data points and then calculated the ratios from the year 2017 to 2021 accordingly. And once that is done, we have fit the linear regression model, which we have trained with the given data points, and predicted the top 3 stocks that obtained through this by predicting for the year 2022. And as you can see, these are the final stocks that were top 9 stocks that were obtained for each of the sectors, with 3 from each. And once that is done, we have plotted to see the F by C ratios of these particular stocks across the years from 2017 to 2020. And as you can see, most of the stocks has an upward trend, whereas in the other few sectors, has been a downward trend, which also reinforces our need to use the MPT allocation in order to optimize our portfolio. Now, for the modern portfolio theory, we have first calculated day over day prices ratios, and then we have calculated the mean and standard deviation for these particular selected 9 stocks. Here you can observe that the standard deviation of the selected stocks is much more than the mean of the stocks, which tells us that the stocks are really highly volatile. And from the covariance matrix, we can also see that there's very less covariance that is negligible across these stocks, which kind of gives us the idea that the risk level that we are going to choose is going to be very level in order to see any variation between the stocks that are being chosen. Now, to say that, to actually confirm that, we have built up the model, taking all the necessary constraints where 2% allocation if selected, if not zero, and the activation variables and etc. And once that is done, we have defined these risk levels, and we have actually taken a very low risk level that is about max of 0.0045, which is reinforced and learned through several iterations as observed from the graphs that we have obtained. As you can see in the graph, the top stock is almost plateauing at 0.004, after which all the stocks have constant allocation, only with only one stock being having the highest amount of allocation. Now, the same has been observed in the efficient frontier, where you can see the returns are plateaued at 0.00165 after a certain point, that is 0.004, after which point, no matter how much risk you take, it is going to be the same amount of reward level. Now, once that all that has been obtained, we have seen the different allocations for different risk levels. And once we have plotted that, we need a particular point where we will get at least 10% of the budget allocated for at least 3 of the stocks. And we have chosen this particular risk level, that is 0.00014, where we have gotten 5 stocks with about 10% allocations. Now that we have got all the MPT allocations and everything, we have went to the buy and hold strategy, taking this MPT portfolio and comparing its performance with the same amount being invested in both the MPT portfolio that we have obtained as well as the S&P 500 stocks. Now, this is actually performed on real-time data of 2022. Now, as you can see, for the entire portfolio, it is actually performing well in positives for the first 3 months, but in the subsequent months, it's completely negative. It is because the 2022 is the worst year for almost every other stock. And even if you see by individual stocks, all of the stocks are negative, whereas only the stock LLY had a positive performance across these months for this year. And the same has been observed from the S&P 500. Now we have tried to put them side by side and see the performance and track the performance across this months for this particular year range. And as you can see, it has a parallel trend. Our MPT has a parallel trend that is compared with S&P 500, but it's also not doing a tad bit better than the S&P 500, which is a really good indicator that our portfolio is performing well with less risk. Now, once that is done, we have went to Monte Carlo simulation to actually see the robustness of our model that is built and the MPT allocations. Again, as you can see here, we have calculated the mean standard deviations and simulated it over 10,000 times for the all 252 days, and then seen like the portfolio allocations for each of these, like what is the profit returns that we are getting from it or losses. And as you can see, most of from the header itself, you can see most of the values are profitable in nature, and even the entire portfolio is having higher profit when compared with the individual stocks itself. And now that confirm that, we have seen the density plots for each of the individual stocks, and you can see it is highly skewed towards the positive more than the negative, telling that portfolio is mostly individual stock wise. Even as individual stock wise, we are mostly going to be having positive returns. The same can be observed from the portfolio returns from 1,000 simulations. As you can see, there is very little that is going below zero levels. So from all of this, we have also seen the probability, calculate the loss probability, which is only about very least, that is 0.2%. Even when we have conducted this for over 10,000 times for the same simulation, we are still getting 0.2%, telling that our results are pretty solid. So from all of this, and again, we have proved our point that our MPT allocations actually performed well, not only in Monte Carlo, but also in the buy and hold strategy. Thank you.